Excited to see this. This is going to be the most exciting match we've had so far in the Cup. Here's a break.
Oh, wonderful break. Cue ball got kicked, but it parked originally. Is the 5 going to get out of its weight? It is indeed. I feel like the man at the table now, Spahiu. I think he's going to play a big part in what may happen in this match. He's got to hold himself together, and he's got to come with game. He's up against 2 of the finalists to do it from Europe this season on tour.
Yeah, and a very tricky opener. A lot of right side spin here to double the rail, hitting the long rail, the bottom rail, then back to that same long rail up for position.
Oh, he's been done by the point of the middle pocket. Wow.
Yeah, and you hit that side pocket sometimes, but very rarely from this angle. Look at this ball coming down the rail. I mean, that's about a 1 out of 80, maybe 100 that you catch the point on an angle like that.
Extension called.
Kind of like the 2 rail escape the other way, just because if you come across the top of the 3 this way, you're going to catch the 6 with the cue ball most likely and really not separate the balls. A little easier kick because the 3's in your peripheral and you can kind of measure it a little better, but as far as getting a safety, yeah, you could kick this in though.
That's exactly what JJ was talking about.
You know, that's just a little bit of the game of pool being unfair. They made a great break, a nice shot, and just got unlucky with that point, and now they're looking down the barrel of a Spanish win on this game.
Yeah, and you're looking at a team of 2 guys that, excuse me, want to get going on you. They want to put some wins up quickly, not waste much time. You know, you have a guy like Filler who wants to do the same, but does his partner really, you know, match up for that, right? These 2 definitely match up for it.
Yeah, Spain will also know. Team Albania have got a few fans in, so they know it's important to keep them quiet.
Seems like these are 2 guys who really feed off the energy of the crowd, but even if the crowd is against them, I think that might fuel them on. The man at the table, David Alcaide, has been at every single World Cup except for 1 since it started in 2006. He's got some experience.
Well, he's been doing his homework backstage.
Look, I am in the booth with 2 of the greatest commentators of all time, and I am a distant 5th here, so I'm just trying to bring a little bit of stats to the mix.
Well, you can record the first game for Spain, it seems, and that start for Albania just didn't happen yet.
Spain. It's the first one.
I went through all the other World Cups, and it turns out that David played in every single one except for 1. And he was in that one. It was Francisco Sanchez Ruiz and another Francisco Diaz Pizarro. So a couple of Franciscos knocked him out in that 1 year, 2014. But otherwise, David has been in every single one with a different Spanish pool player.
If you are new to 9 ball and new to the World Cup of Pool, the man on your left is David Alcaide. And player 2 on the right, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. Convincing 7-1 win in round 1. Got to the semi-finals in 2019, but they went out last year in round 1. It's a different feeling this year for Sanchez. He's come of age this year. That's Kaçi. Eklent Kaçi, that is.
3 seconds right.
And he
Team
wants
Spain
much
3
away.
1-0 in whip.
Now let's have a look at Sanchez break. He's known as one of the more powerful breakers on the circuit. He likes to give him a good old bash. You can see he's gearing up for it, so he won't hold back.
Well, it looked like an awful kiss on the cue ball. Escaped that side pocket. And now a couple safety options for David, and he usually picks out what you would think is the correct one. Now this is all about nerves, right? If you're feeling decent, you kind of just shade the left side of the 1. Bring the cue ball a couple rails behind the 2-6.
Do you think either of these guys are feeling nervous at all?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not in a bad way. It's just, competition nerves, big event, big match. But like I always say, there's 2 different types of nerves. There's prepared nerves and there's unprepared nerves. And these guys are definitely prepared, and that makes you do great things.
Yeah, the guys who win the big events, they just handle the pressure. The weight should be handled, and they need that to perform, don't they? And this is what they're up for in this match. He's kicking at this.
Yeah, light speed, he might come right on the 4 here, like that.
Wow. Oh, a devastating little kick and stick there.
Yeah, last year's Mosconi Cup, working alongside captain Alex Lely. David was in the team, and he was impressive in the safety department. He had a lot of knowledge. Always seemed to play the right shot.
Extension, please.
And all these types of kick shots, 1 rail off of a kind of a slidey angle. I really like to lighten up the speed and get a little more accurate here. Seems to me, of course, you want to create luck, but the guys sure seem to lose a lot of accuracy when they add that speed.
Yeah, if he hits this full roll in it, it could just bounce up on the side rail. Yeah, and he's lost it.
Foul stroke.
Yeah, and I really like the roll there, Carl, to be honest with you. You know, you may not get the snooker, but you put the 1 maybe in a position where you can get back to the table and just kind of grind some shots out along with some games. What I've always told the guys on the team is very rarely you kick with like a straight high ball there. You want to control the bend with a tip position, whether it be a little running English, little draw spin, something like that, where you're in control of how the ball bends a little more than just letting the table do it.
Just the concept that you could control the way the ball bends with your tip placement is pretty mind-boggling. And just for the viewers at home who aren't aware, I, unlike JJ or Carl, am not an excellent pool player. And the stuff that these guys are able to do is out of control.
You're an average pool player, Rolly.
Sometimes I don't even feel that average. Sometimes I feel a little below average. Nothing below average about David Alcaide here.
Yeah, well, I would bet, Rolly, that even without hitting the ball, you've improved this week a good 25%.
That's real nice, yeah.
Well, pretty sincere, to be honest with you. You're seeing the best in the world.
Yeah, and the emotional whiplash we're starting to get. This is round 2. These are the knockout stages now for the one-side winners. It was all fun and games for a couple days for these teams who won early. We see a little shake there. But now it's down to business for these teams.
Yeah, the opening 2 rounds as well. The race to 7 can always be a little bit frightening. After this, the quarterfinals and the semi-finals will be a race to 9 before we play our final, which is a race to 11. And we expected a high standard in this match, and the opening 2 racks have not let us down.
Team Spain. It's the second.
It was a great kick shot from David Alcaide to hook Albania. That was the first shot of the rack. The break off of Sanchez. Oh, it nearly takes off. That was just to put more power through his body, through the cue. This was the kick shot that was missed, which gave up ball in hand. You can put the ball anywhere you want, just one shot. And that was all she wrote. You can see all the flags in the distance of the countries. You also see the Albanian flag on the sleeves. Player 1 on the left, Kaçi, and on the right, Besar Spahiu. Good win over Italy, 7-2 in round 1. Didn't play last year. Lost in round 2 in 2019, so not great in this event.
Yeah, they started pairing together in 2019. They actually had a pretty solid 2019 until they ran up against the Philippines in the second round. Narrowly avoided a third round.
Spain to break.
The Philippines beat them 7-5.
This is our first match of the second round. And I think what we can expect to see is a lot of quality, of course, but if we do have a team that does happen to, stumble a little bit, I think we're going to see that killer instinct from the other team, no matter which one it is. So I don't think we're going to have, like we had in the first round, a couple matches where both teams really kind of struggled.
That was a ball break from David. He lost the cue ball on this bottom rail. If the one of them fell in, this would have had a different feeling about this rack, but she's going to be okay. Probably go rail first.
I don't know if the 4 has the rail first cut off a little bit, but one thing, I mean, for not the greatest hit on the 1, you got to love it, the 1 hanging. The 2-5 combo makes it to where you can gain position easily.
20 segundos, tranquilo, Fran. No tiraría a meter las dos, tío. ¿Sabes lo que te digo? Con calidad, sin apretarla mucho, ¿sabes lo que te digo? Tampoco hace falta.
Could just play this with a slow drag. Got to keep the 2 over the pocket.
¿Sabes lo que te digo? Por aquí me vale, ¿sabes lo que te digo?
Yeah, it's a bit more touchy than it appears, though. When you're straight, you'd much rather have an angle on this combination and then maybe play the 2 into the rail with the cue ball falling to the bottom rail. He may draw back for position here, just in case he makes them both. With a pretty clear bottom half of the table here, I thought it was pretty hard to get snookered, and I think that was a pretty smart shot, even though they're faced with a difficult 2 ball.
What's the danger of rolling it real slow?
Well, the ball, if you're off just a little bit, it can lay over on the top rail, on the bottom rail here. And, you know, if you don't think you're going to make them both, but I mean, there is a possibility of making both of them, then you're out of line on the pink. So,
¿Al medio o aquí abajo me lo va a colocar?
going to be a little tricky position from the 7 to the 8, though. The 7 near the point on the side pocket.
19 segundos. Venga, abajo, picón, banda.
Yeah, that 7's right by that point that Spahiu hit on his one and only shot in this game so far. So far, he's just been sitting and watching Spain take what looks like a 3-0 lead against him.
Yeah, and I think David can hold this ball and draw back for short side on the 8. It's not the most friendly angle here, but may cheat the pocket just a touch. The slick table does offer this a lot better than like your club table.
Yes, and that little bounce, he's perfect for Sanchez Ruiz. He can get down to this 9 ball now.
He wouldn't always come back like at your club table on this shot, but this stays away from trouble. May end up a little thin on the 9, but no big deal for David. And that's the experience these two have had the last couple years on the TV table.
So far, so good for one of the favourites for
The fourth rack. Team Spain is leading by 3 racks to 0, and they will break.
So the power break from Sanchez, we will see once again. Watch his right leg, that will lift off the floor. Nine balls close, first golden break of the week, and it's there! Oh my word!
You know, the game is a lot easier when you just get the 9-ball in instead of having to get all the other balls in. I was just about to make fun of that leg lift too, but look at this. Not make fun, I shouldn't say that, but it is a little distinct.
Yeah, Sanchez, he's watching the cue ball like most of us do. Didn't even recognize the 9 going towards the pocket. Looks up and the 9 has disappeared. And some laughter going on. So the guys are relaxing a little bit.
And that is bad news for Albania. They need to shake these guys off their rhythm, and it seems like they're really getting in the groove.
And it's been a little bit like the Great Britain match between A and B. One unfortunate shot in the first game from Albania catching the point. A beautiful kick safety there from David Alcaide, and it's been all business for Spain ever since.
Talking of the B team. And maybe that's now Austria B team, because they're out. Albin Ocean and Max Lechner, they're gone.
Fight fifth rack.
Yeah, and I spoke with
Spain
them
is leading
too
4-0.
just
And
earlier on the break, and I think Melling and Imran are loving it.
Albania are going to get a look in this rack.
And really going to get the first look. It looks like a rollout situation, so going to have a choice.
Tú tienes el 4, el 7 y el 8 ahí. Si no tocas el 6, aunque pares la blanca en el 9, lo puedes tapar, pero si no
I'll tell you, with the 4, 7, 8 the way they are, if he has an edge on the 2, I think he's got to shoot, trying to run the cue ball back down on the bottom end of the table.
Pararla en el 9 es buen tiro, no es mal tiro. Pero vamos, si quieres tirar el push, tira el push. Tira el push si quieres, ¿no? Métele presión a ella. 10 segundos.
Extension, please.
Y si tienes, mira, un push aquí un poquito más para poder verla de lleno, ¿sabes lo que te digo?
Now you do get 60 seconds after the break. It's not often you see the players use the extension when they decide where to push out to.
Push out.
Clearly just want to make sure they're going to make the right decision.
Yeah, I don't blame them. They're two guys that mix very well together, right? And a 4-0 lead. You don't want to give up something easy in this situation. I think Albania's got to take this shot. What do you think, Carl?
What do I think? I think I was terrible at playing off the edge of the ball. So
What about banking the 2 at the purple and using the 4, 7, 8? He can see enough of the 2 to do that.
yeah, I mean, if you can see enough of the 2, I'd rather play that shot. But it's not going to be easy though, is it? When you've not had table time, you're 4 down. I understand them playing the shot, but the speed is going to be...
Yeah, but I think you just got to put it in your own hands here and take away the opportunity from Spain and understand it's tough, but maybe the way you turn things around here.
Give it back. Doesn't like it.
We are almost 2 minutes into this one, and no one's taken a shot at the 1 ball yet. That's got to be coming pretty close to a record. Sorry, the 2 ball. 1 ball's already down.
Yeah, and you don't have to do a lot to get the 2 by the 7 here. I mean, or even near it, coming to the left side rail with the cue ball. That's what he was trying. And yeah, little opening, but I still think it's supposed to be a correct shot, and I would have been hard for me to pass that.
Going for the combo. Going for the combo.
Wow.
Oh, JJ, look at this.
Well, you know, it was on him hitting the 9, but still pretty unfortunate to carry the 9 right in the middle of the table for a dead snooker on the 4. Now Kaçi going to the air.
We saw both Spahiu and Kaçi drain back-to-back jump shots in their first game, so don't be surprised if something goes in here. Both extensions now gone, so they're going to have to play a little faster from here on out.
It looks like the 4, if he makes the 8, maybe wants to fall a little bit towards the 7. We'll see.
Cue ball needs to roll. Cue ball needs to roll. It's going to be another jump shot. It's just not happening yet, is it?
Yeah, and Raleigh just brought it up how they had made back-to-back jumps, or they'd made 2 of them anyways, now back-to-back. And this one here is an easy shot to make for these guys overall, if you're thinking about using the jump cue. But he's got a little angle here. He could draw up the 7 out of position on the 5.
Someday, Spahiu, you will get a normal shot, I promise.
Okay, back-to-back jump shots again. Obviously didn't really mean the cue ball to do that.
It's pretty awesome to watch, though. And I'll tell you what, these guys are digging deep. Kaçi, you know, when he's in form, this is one of the guys you definitely want shooting this shot.
Well, he's lost the cue ball a lot there, hasn't he? You don't want to be near this bottom rail. They're fighting hard.
Man, I'm trying to figure out where he was really going with the cue ball there. The 9 was such a big ball. I guess maybe focused on the 5.
Mushroom from road, yeah?
Oh, what a gutsy shot. Just missed the bank.
I thought he could pot it in the side.
I
It must
thought
be
so
getting
too,
light.
yeah. Maybe they felt it was just a bit too thin, but, you know, he wasn't on the rail with the cue ball. He could have dug on the cue ball a little bit. I think I would have had to maybe cut at that one. Watch out, 9. Okay. These are 2 guys that just pretty relentless.
Spain, consider.
Well, it was a chance for Albania in the end. I know it wasn't easy, but it was a chance. And now The writing looks bleak, doesn't it? 5-0 Spain. This is going to be a tall order for Albania. This was Kaçi's effort. See in the slow-mo there, the cue ball just lands on that 4 ball. And then that one, it lands a little too shy, and then that's what caused the hop.
Yeah, and Carl, you know, you've been in the coaching sidelines of things, you know, with the Mosconian. I mean, if you're over there with Albania, what do you tell them? I mean, I wouldn't ever count like they played poorly at all. It's just been a little one-sided with, you know, really doable racks.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say to him? That's the problem. Maybe you could go over and say, just fight hard if you get to the table. Try and get a rack on the board and get the fans G'd up a bit, get them loud, and then that'll just send a little message to Spain. You never know.
Yeah, one thing in these sports, you got to believe things are going to turn around. You know, given the opportunity, of course, you're facing two guys that do pretty much all parts of the game really well, and they understand a 5-0 lead, and just like last time, rolling out tough. You know, they're going to make things tough for Albania.
The games are going that fast. I thought Sanchez broke the last rack. And that's how fast these racks are disappearing.
Yeah, and that right side of rail for the players, of course, looking at your TV, it's the left side of rail, but it does offer that dry break every now and again. We saw one in the last match as well.
For those of you keeping track at home, this is the first unobstructed shot Spahiu has gotten a look at, so he must be pretty excited to just roll the 2-ball in.
And I don't want to be Captain Obvious, but this rack here is a must. Not only because of the scoreline, but the balls are open pretty well here for Albania.
Yeah, and it's not out of the realms of possibilities that, you know, Albania win this rack and just put a 2-pack together. Just a 2-pack makes it 5-3. That is the one good thing with the shorter race. It's never a massive tall order to get back in a match.
Oh.
And even more than a 2-pack as well within their abilities. I mean, Kaçi was world #1 at the age of 18. He's just 23 now. He's got several titles to his name. Spahiu is also playing rock solid. This is not over.
This kind of shot, as you'll learn on the slick table, you really don't have to involve the second rail. Just a little pinch of the cue ball back to the head string. Just hit it pretty clean though.
Perfection on the neck of Eklent Kaçi. Will we hear the crowd?
Albania.
Yes, it's a little.
Thank you. Thank you, the 7th rack. Team Albania is trailing 5-1 in the field break.
Spahiu to break. Let's see what he's got. We've talked about that right side of the table, haven't we, JJ?
Yeah, that side seems to be making the corner ball just at a little higher rate, the side that Albania broke from there, and pretty unfortunate kiss on the cue ball. I think it was going to be decent, at least much better than what it is now, and not really a makeable shot here on the one, and always a difficult rollout when the one's near the pocket. Guess he'll cross the one over maybe and try and come one rail back behind the 7 maybe. Kaçi always been pretty good at this shot, getting that line to come one rail back, like I said, behind the 7. I think anyways. Now this is going to leave a shot and a good one.
That was never going to be easy, in fairness. Maybe it was just a little bit too much.
Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Kaçi's scratch in the third rack of the first game. He was trying to do a similar thing, avoid that corner pocket, and it just dribbled right in. So you'd think he would have gotten a little bit better of a feel for the table.
Well, that wasn't easy for sure, and he knew that even if he gets the snooker, he's liable to leave it kind of a hanging one that jumps in pretty easily, and maybe a little frustration. You know, these guys are fighting hard and maybe deserved a little bit more of a shot. Now, what about the pink 4? Does it go in the side? Is there maybe a kiss shot off the 4 into the 8?
I think the pink does go into the side. It's got most of a pocket.
Yeah, it does. And I guess the guys, their demeanor probably told us that.
Also, in this part of the commentary booth, there's an overhead shot, so I could see it over here. A little behind the scenes for you.
Okay, interesting here. He's going to have to run the cue ball. Now, the good thing is these guys are so smart that they know they don't have to get all the way past the 5. They can play a 3-rail angle off the 5 to come back to the 7, and it's probably the right shot, wouldn't you say, Carl?
Yeah, I hear you.
Just kind of lay up by that other side pocket is all.
You can see David's hand saying, stop, ball, stop, I want to play 3 rails.
Yeah, well, in pool, that's why angles are so much your friend. And watch him track the cue ball some, I don't know, maybe 15 feet around the table, but he'll do it easily.
I got a question for you. How do you avoid the scratch in that corner? We've seen it happen a couple times, and whenever I'm playing 3 rails, it always seems like I just go right in the corner.
Well, a little bit of bounce off the object ball, probably maybe overhitting it. And if you're ever, you know, it's difficult to do, but if you ever feel like you're on that scratch angle, you just got to bear down and never hit it hard enough to get to the corner. That's just kind of how it is. And that'll come up this week. These guys will be in a position to where they know the scratch is there and they got to ease one around.
Team Spain wins the rush.
Well, we used to hearing Marcel say Team Spain has won the rack, because that is the 6th rack they have won. They're on the hill.
Well, Team Spain won against Australia 7-1. Looks like if all goes as planned, they're going to do the same to Albania. But Albania's put up more of a fight. They've just been rolling a little unlucky. Time and time again, cue balls get kicked, 1 ball gets kicked, they don't have a shot off the break. They get an amazing hook from Spain and they can't convert it. It's just sad.
No, I'm with you, Rolly. It was a wild, wild game, but you can just see looking at the
Team Spain is breaking on the hill,
section of
leading
matches
6.
there, how the better teams are starting to pair up.
And I'll tell you what Spain's doing. Not only putting a lot of confidence and comfort between them two, but they're also sending a message to whoever they play. There's going to be a lot of pressure on them. Because if you make a mistake, if you just give an inch, these two guys are going to take advantage and take advantage fully. Does he go for the cross side bank here? If he wasn't awkwardly queuing, I think he may.
If there's one thing I know about Team Spain, they play the defensive shot. Even if they're up 6-1, 6-0, for some reason, they are not going to take anything for granted.
I mean, what makes great players great, though, is that staying aggressive, right? So one thing, though, I do agree, Spain does play the percentage as well, but here the safety's pretty touchy also. So unless you're cutting the 4 into the 7 maybe and run the cue ball cross, because you're still queuing awkwardly even if you play the safety.
Ya, por eso la vas a meter y te vas a ir allí. Y no merece la pena el riesgo. ¿Sabes? ¿Y qué pulsado te gusta? Esa es otra pregunta, una buena pregunta. Es que he pulsado aquí mismo con una grande. Y si quieres dejarla para dejarte más fácil para jugarte la banda. ¿Cómo más fácil? O sea, ponerla con un poquito menos de ángulo, ponerla aquí, por ejemplo, a esta altura, y ahí ya puedes tirar lo que tú dices, si te dejas tirar. Vale. ¿Sabes? Push out.
That's surprising.
Team Albania, your choice.
Maybe it's a 6-1 push out.
Yeah, is the angle still roughly the same? It's a little bit different, but if this is a playable bank, I got to go myself. I think it definitely crosses over. Now, the one thing you may see at times on a shot like this is the cue ball could hook around the 7 and scratch in this lower right-hand corner, but one thing also about the bank, does it offer shape? I think so.
I think we see Kaçi go for this, and I think he makes it. He's just the kind of guy who can make the important shot at the important time.
Extension,
please.
Now, if he calls an extension, does he have to then take the shot?
You read my mind, but I don't think he does. I don't think so.
Elliot.
Yeah, I think it's happened already, to be honest with you. I think Japan in a crucial spot kind of gave a shot back in the earlier match.
Yeah, I think it's happened in this match as well, hasn't it? I think Spain did that. He's down quick. He knows where he wants to play. He's going cross corner, cross side bank, and he's made it. Kaçi didn't fancy it. He could have played it. Maybe Kaçi knew the cue ball was running into the 7. I don't know. Full ball hit would have left a pot anyway. So Kaçi's missed a trick.
And I think he really could have played that with more speed. And the bank still went. Just rolling this past the 6, it looks, well, he's playing it back down. Smart shot.
Yeah, smart shot. You don't want to mess up your 100% pot success if you're Team Spain. They have not missed a pot so far.
That's another example of the patience and the experience of Mr. Alcaide.
Well, you play pool long enough at a professional level, especially you've lost from here. So, and more than once usually, even with a 6-1 lead, 5-1 lead, 6-2 lead, and it makes you learn better.
Needs a little help off the 6. He hasn't got it. He can afford to catch the left rail a little bit. The pocket should swallow it up.
Sin moverte, Fran. Concentrado.
Yeah, and I think with the speed he'll play it, he may catch the 6 coming across a little bit, which definitely won't hurt. On the slick table, your pool room table, not very often, but oh, he's overcut it. As Carl said, you got room for error using that side rail. Not much room for error on the outside of the pocket.
Well, it took to the 8th rack, but Spain missed a ball. That's a bummer.
Best away.
Yeah, when Sanchez missed, all 4 players was having a good look where that 5 had landed because Albania was scared of the scratch straight in the side. Yeah, nice shot there from Spahiu. He's not had much table time, has he? He's not potted many balls in this match.
Yeah, and Kaçi actually has 3 or 4 options on how to play this. Be interested to see what he does. Looks like it's a high ball coming short side. A little quick with the trigger there.
Usually so reliable in that department, but at 6-1 down, a low percentage table time, maybe that's understandable.
Yeah, that's one thing Team Spain's confidence will do to you. It's like they can't miss. They make every right decision. They make all the defensive shots, lock you up. Starts to drain your confidence. Oh, what a shot. Parks it right in front of the 7. Now tell me honestly, was that on purpose?
Oh, he was definitely trying to create position. That's why he put so much speed. He needed some draw anyway, so chances were he was going to be okay.
Yeah, Sanchez was high-fiving. That was interesting to see. And David was having none of it. He was shouting at him, get back to the table with no extension. Worry about your shot.
Vamos.
It's been all Spain, this match. And it is Spain. Spain with a convincing 7-1 victory over Albania. One of the pre-event favourites. Best of friends. With a tremendous win. They're through to the quarter-finals. What a match. What a performance. What a win.
No, es lo que había visto, claro. Y meterla.
What a performance from Spain. Francisco Sanchez Ruiz and David Alcaide. They are looking good at this World Cup, and they're the first team through to the quarter-final. Thought it might have been a bit tighter, but David Alcaide and Francisco Sanchez Ruiz had other ideas. They want to get this done quick. That is some win and some performance. Golden breaks, they had the lot. Phenomenal. Gentlemen, many, many congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're looking good, very good.
Yeah, we played really good. We got lucky. I met a golden break. But I'm really happy with our performance, so let's see what happens now.
You knew as well, Albania, a tough side. Kaçi, you know very well, Mosconi Cup, but you treated them with a lot of respect too. You knew this would be tough.
No, only Kaçi. Both
Yeah.
player is too good. But when beginning we play so good, we so solid. We go in the score 4 or 5-0. This is so important for all confidence.
Absolutely. Would you like to see your golden break again? Yeah, why not?
Yes, please.
Yeah, mira, mira. Here we go.
Oh my God.
He don't look.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't see the 9 ball because I stay focused on the cue ball because it's go so close to scratch. And I see, where's the 9 ball?
Well, it certainly went in. I mean, it just was a good performance, wasn't it? Very, very consistent throughout.
Yeah, this tournament for us is very important because we have so confidence each other, so we are so excited now.
I know you want to take each match round by round, but do you have that feeling that you can win this tournament?
I have feeling in this next round. I don't know what happened the rest of the tournament, but we have a feeling for the next round. We don't know who is the opponent. But of course, we play so good. Our break is much better round to round. We will see what happens.
Before I let you go, got to see these beauty socks. Go and get your socks out. Look at them. Look at them.
Yeah, tonight we need
That's the most important.
So these boys, these are your lucky socks, all right, for the rest of the tournament, all right? Lucky socks, all right? Spain, many congratulations, are through to the quarterfinals.
Vamos.
Well done, vamos. So there we go.